It's absolutely amazing. I love this event. 28 years young, and it brings out Clevelanders of every stripe. So last year we had something like 75,000 people here, and I think this year we will as well. And it is so much fun. Okay, everybody should come.
Yep, you got it. And we haven't had a day looking like this in 28 years of Parade the Circle. This is our 28th anniversary. We like to say the sun is always shining on the Oval, and it sure is here at Parade the Circle today. Setup is my favorite time of the day. When everybody's putting on their costumes, you get a sense of the flavor, the hard work that's gone in for months to these totally authentic, original Cleveland costumes. And we got a beautiful day today here. So we're looking forward to this celebration, which I think is the most authentic Cleveland experience when it comes to arts and culture. It really showcases who we are as a community. And what we say to people is come to Parade, but come back every day thereafter and explore what's here behind these walls of these great museums and cultural institutions.
They call me the tent czar.
Okay.
I sort of manage the property kind of thing. Make sure things are reasonably picked up and clean. And after 27 years of doing this, I have a technique. Whatever you see in this tent is only like a third of what's in the parade. Over all of those years, we've been able to teach people. And so in community centers and in schools and in neighborhoods, people make fantastic art. And on Saturday morning when they start loading it, and I try to place it in the lineup of the parade, it's amazing what people bring from Elyria and Ashtabula and down near Warren. It's gotten that big. They come to some preliminary workshops in March, and then they go back to their communities and keep working on their product and show up with it. It's great. Well, the first year more people, I wasn't here, but I understand more people were in the parade than watched, and there weren't very many people in the parade. And as time has passed, every year it's grown. I've always said once you come, you'll come every year. Now we've got sometimes 1,200 to 1,700 people in the parade, and the last counts have been around 85,000 people to come and watch it. So it's bigger than an athletic event in the stadium at this point.
To me, it's where everybody can come together. You don't have to be a fine artist. You don't have to be a musician. You can be anything. And Parade the Circle is a collaboration of the community. So you do have fine artists working with non-artists side by side, and you come together and create these massive things, these giant, beautiful, fun things, and everybody just gets to celebrate in the joy of it. And what I like most about Parade is the non-commercial aspect. So of course, no logos, no recognizable words, logos, or motorized vehicles. So we don't have tow trucks, we don't have fire engines, unless they're created. And what I like about that is it keeps it simple, it keeps it grounded, and there's no agenda. The agenda is just to celebrate the arts, and I love that.
Parade the Circle, I think like the really special thing about it is just like the accessibility of the art. It's like really it's kind of like taking art off of like a kind of pedestal sometimes that it's put on, and saying like, okay, what do you want to see made, and we'll make it. Like we'll figure out how to do it. And it's like not just artists can make it, like it's for everyone, you know? I think that's what's really special.
Parade is sort of like a place where people that normally wouldn't do things together are paired and work side by side. It could be an artist from different countries, or it could be an artist and a community member to create a work of art that otherwise they probably wouldn't have the chance to create.
I'm Jan Stickney-Cleaver, and I'm working on Humpty Dumpty, and it's for the Boys and Girls Club at FDR Academy. And I'm going to have all the king's horses, but the kids decided that we're going to make zebras instead of horses, so it'll add a little more fun to it. So they're looking forward to it, as am I. Well, you know, you're asking someone who loves doing it anyway, but I think the kids really enjoy it. You know, it gives us, we do like 6 weeks of planning and getting together and putting these, like all these stones they made, and that was a nice mess in the classroom, but it was fun. So I think they get a lot out of it. It brings them down here to the museum, and they see other kids their age and adults having all this fun. I mean, you can't beat that. Dressing up, being silly. You know, they're gonna go, oh! And then they're gonna have like Band-Aids, and,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
so they're gonna scramble. So this is how we have to work the.
Okay.
So they'll scramble because the yolk is exposed.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Couple of the three that are not doing anything can do a lot of gesture stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because even all the king's horses and all the king's men,
Well,
if they're here and they're kind of like pressing forward.
Their hands will be free.
Okay.
For the most part,
Okay.
because they can do this too.
Yeah. Okay.
But so, and then I'll have the two adult teachers, and then somebody pushing, which is
Okay.
probably going to be because of
Oh,
the
bless him.
mechanism.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if it starts getting bound up, I know what to do.
Right.
So,
What do you need to do in order to get in a relaxed pose at this point? I mean, is your relaxed pose basically when you stop?
relaxed, yeah? Or that's the show, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm wondering if there's time that you know, because then you need to, because doing this so many times.
it'll be
okay?
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Noise is great.
You know how tired you're gonna be? Because you're gonna be doing this, it's like exercising. It's an aerobic, yeah. That's right.
It's my workout for the
Here you go, brother.
Wait, how long is the party? An hour?
an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but only 2 hours. Well, yeah.
An hour to get around.
Okay. Let's put it. Do you make the hole? Huh? Mekalaka high, mekalaka ho.
Didn't do that yet, no.
No? Decide what height we have. I feel that you're gonna have to cut a piece of the ring here.
That's
because,
fine.
yeah.
Do I?
How close can we get?
That's fine. We can just attach it.
It's not touching your forehead?
No,
Okay, let's attach it.
we can just attach it and
Let's
see
attach it.
what's necessary.
Okay, glue gun. Glue gun. If you offer them to me, I would say yes. Because you never know. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. Here. So, bead here.
Right here?
Beautiful.
This is a giant pygmy marmoset. There he is.
And I am Felicia. And this is my marmoset.
Yeah.
So we're doing some inches.
He was made out of clay originally, as a head, and then we had to paper mache it 5 or 6 times, drying in between, and then painting on top of it, gluing some Spanish moss. We're attaching it right now to my head. And then this is the rest of my outfit. We fringed some mesh to make pants. I'm gonna be putting henna all over my arms. So that'll be the rest of my outfit for the day of. So I'm very close. We're very close to the end. I'm excited about it.
I would start cutting the thingy
Because it needs to fit here.
because it's gonna go on your throat. Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay. Can you just? Yeah. Yeah, you can stand a little better. Oh, it's not that bad.
It's actually not that bad.
I would cut a little bit of the lip on there. Okay.
Cut the mouth out.
I would just cut this baby here like.
This is called the African Solar Village Green Project, and it's a STEAM initiative: science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. This is just the flow part of it. We're going to put a solar panel. So this is still a work in progress. The African Solar Village Green Project was inspired by the late Dr. Mackey, who was a scientist, a physicist. He worked at NASA for 13 years, and he came up with the African Solar Village Outreach Project as a way to teach community people, or to create an opportunity for people in the inner city to learn about solar energy. So we're going to put a solar panel out here, and we've evolved. So we're a STEAM initiative: science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So we're teaching people in the inner city about permaculture, environmental sciences, and solar energy, and art and math, and it's a fun project.
I'm gonna put money in my Feed the Monster here, right?
Okay. So basically, our outdoor education project. You should come and visit Africa House. So it's a building in the inner city where we house our organization, Africa House International, and so we'll put the solar hut up there after the parade. So you should come and see. And so we bring groups of children out and talk to them about solar energy, and they get a chance to garden. We have a few garden sites. So basically, it's an outdoor education project called the African Solar Village Green Project. And it's a fun learning experience for adults and children. I'm a student, one of life learners.
Well, I think you make a good observation about it not being very high tech, and I think that's pretty intentional, in that we want it to feel accessible to people, and a big part of our mission is that people feel that they're acquiring the skills to do things, to build things, and that they're really being empowered to do things. So I think we do try to keep it low tech in a way so that it's accessible, and you don't need fancy tools and a whole lot of specialized knowledge. There's a big advantage of it being low tech in that it has a better chance of working often when things are kept as simple as possible. But yeah, it's something that really appeals to me about the parade process is that it's creative and engineering at the same time, and so it's that sort of engineering problem solving in the name of a creative vision, that I really enjoy, that kind of problem solving and figuring things out, trial and error, and like you say in the tent, getting ideas from different people. I think you're absolutely right. There's something really magical about the tent, and we're there for 5 or 6 weeks. You know, it feels temporary. It's because it's a tent, so it feels like it's just this kind of moment that we're there, that it happens. And the spirit of sharing and collaboration, I think, is really unique. To have an artistic community of people who just share ideas and just, you know, I'll be working on something and someone will come up to me who I haven't even noticed that they've been looking at what I've been doing, and they'll say, you know, hey, what about this idea? What about this? And a lot of times it's great and it's spot on. And there's no competition of like, I've got to hoard my ideas so that, you know, I'm the best. It's people are just really generous. So there's like often, like someone from the public will come and they've signed up for the workshop, and they'll say, you know, I have this idea to do, like this last year, Ben had an idea to do this giant house of cards. So he came in actually kind of ahead of the game. He had made a model and sort of worked out some of the engineering of it. But that would be kind of the process. Is people will come with an idea, and then it's there's some back and forth of trying to kind of figure out really what are they after, what's kind of the essence of their idea, how can we do it, how can we make it successful. There's often a tension between what the vision is, the image, and what is actually possible within the constraints of, well, physics for one, but then budget and time. So there's sort of a back and forth between that, like what's doable, what can we, you know, how can we honor the idea but make it happen.
Top triangle.
Yeah.
Even though that one is static.
Right, because that's the weight one. That's the one that's going to go.
Okay.
So
I see it on the bottom, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking if I had to go over the top.
I think it will keep flipping, or
Yeah.
would push too much pressure this way.
Well, okay, so how are we going to run the line?
This hooks up to that hook.
Yeah. And that's it.
And then that's it.
Okay.
One goes that way, one comes back, and then goes down.
All right.
And it makes it really easy.
I did, you know, now it's down, so obviously we didn't get that far, that's good.
Yeah,
But I held it up for a moment,
yeah.
just to see, like, if it were freestanding. And those 3 cards that have the crease in them, they're a little flat.
That's all right.
But they're not bad.
No. You just want the illusion of the rope holding it. You know, so you're full.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to work. So we'll try it.
And you got an anchor back there.
We'll do it.
Yeah, I had to go 2 steps back though, because I couldn't get the staples in, because I had the tops of those glued,
Yeah.
and so then I had to glue them down here.
Oh, right.
I couldn't get it in there. So, you know, it wasn't the worst.
No. There's always those things. Who knows?
Walk back.
How many times have you done it?
How much else can I do this?
So, back up here. I don't know. You know, because you can keep working while I record you.
Sure.
Yeah, if you want. I don't want to hold you up. Yeah, you can keep going.
I think I'd be more natural that way.
Yeah.
I am doing. Well, actually, the inspiration was when I went to the first meeting for Parade the Circle, which was just about a month and a half ago. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I've never done anything like this before. I am an artist, but everything I do is on really small scale. So the last thing I did before this project was a chess set that was cards themed, so like the kings and queens and stuff. So when we were watching the video from last year's parade, I saw something in that video that collapsed and went back up. And since my brain was full of cards anyway, I thought, well, why don't I try that on a large scale with this stuff? So I'm making a giant house of cards. It's going to be 3 stacks high, and it's going to be able to, in theory, fall over and come back up.
I'm going to try to be really as brief as I can, but the rule with this is that I'm going to kind of go through section by section, but I'm not going to read it. here, so far everybody here is at least past 3rd grade, so. Okay, all right, thanks. Right, okay, and they're the gluten-free ones. Okay, all right, cool, thanks.
Okay, so
All right, now you can talk. The theme is collage, and it has a little poem that goes with it, which is a composition of often disparate elements collected and altered to complete a vision. No, I said that wrong. A collection of often disparate elements. No, a composition of often disparate. See, I was right the first time. Use the first one. It's really a celebration of people's talents and personal creative skills, people's personal creative charge, their creative spirit. It's an opportunity for professional artists and community members. It has a lot of art. And it's an opportunity for professional artists and community members who are not professional artists to get to know each other better, to help us all respect each other's talents and creative skills more than we do normally, typically. Gosh, I hope it's wonderful. I know the other day we had a woman in here talking about how excited she was just to be able to come into the parade tent and to meet all the different artists that were working and the different people that were working, and she was like in tears. She just said it was just such a amazing experience for her, and she was wanting her son, who's 9 years old, to be part of it next year, and so I hope she does. I hope she and her son come back next year and are part of it. I think it's affirmation of how much talent Cleveland has. It makes me feel a little smug when I think how much the rest of the United States thinks they're so cool. And you know, there's a lot of cool cities in the United States. There's a lot of amazing places. And I've been to a lot of special community events in lots of these cities. And I've been to Mardi Gras a number of times, and they're amazing, but there's something that we have that they don't have. And I just, you know, I think, wow, Cleveland's the best kept secret, and as my husband says, don't tell people too loudly how awesome we are, because we don't want to have us all have to leave because we can't afford to live here anymore. So we like being a little bit of a secret. But to those of us who live here, we know we're amazing, and this is just proof positive that we are.
These are steel pans. These are the bass steel pans, or steel drums, how you call it here, but where they were originated in Trinidad, they call them pans, steel pans. Just getting ready to rehearse the brand song. You know, everybody just showing up to the rehearsal and things, and we just setting up. So like, me, I'm just trying to get myself situated here so we can run this music.
And then starting on the highest day.
That's how we do it.
So it's the first solo twice and then changed up the before the other one. That was not that was me. Like I remember he was trying to change the chords and I was like, help him really do this last minute, and then told him do it again. Okay, again, so it goes
It's just one on the end?
second solo gets played twice. Not the second followed by the first.
So now is one of our workshops from the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night portion of the week before parade. So we have extra workshops during the week so that every stilter can get lots of practice to have stamina for the whole parade and learn some skills.
And if I don't do this, I have to wear those
strength.
If I don't do this, I have to wear those O's.
Oh no! Did we put those? We took those back to the studio.
Yeah, those are gone.
Those are no longer an option.
This is the only option.
Or we're not going to parade.
I think like 25 to 50.
I would say, yeah, I'd say like 100. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stilt walkers, especially this year.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 100.
All stilt walkers will.
That's true. Not everybody trains with us too. So. Pardon?
It says all stilt walkers have to wear some. They're gonna be in some kind of costume.
Yeah. Everybody in the parade period has to put a costume on that they made.
Really? Can I have another piece of leather?
No, it's okay, Kay. I don't want to be a white.
What happened to the I gave you 3, right?
What did the sandals and the stilts?
What size shoes you wear?
I don't know. Is that
Me?
5? He said
I might have some Crocs.
And he's like, that would be worse. At least these sandals are leather. There's a few spots.
Yeah, Lauren, I don't shame people for crying.
Better keep moving. There you go. See? Perfect. Almost. You're a little too close to it. You want to back up a little bit. Give me over a little bit too. There you go. All right. See you later, Lauren. Sometime tomorrow I'll be able to kick it back to you. Nice. Look at that. Perfect.
No, shut right there. Why'd you have to kick it right here?
What's wrong with right there?
It's uneven.
Well, the parade route is uneven. It's not perfectly flat. Nice. Look at that. It's a hard time, so it helps people. Giving somebody something to kick around helps them not focus on just the walking aspect of it. He has very big fear of it. There you go. You got it. Almost. You sure told that ant. All right.
Hi there.
Hey.
I don't know the design and plan.
Why is this finished?
Okay. Oh my God.
I'm gonna check that right now. We were here last time and we got. Is there a tape measure back there on the floor?
Yeah, right. Tape measure.
So what we doing right now, Mitch?
Moving the steel drum band into place, getting ready, setting up everything.
Are you gonna be playing the drums?
No, I'm gonna be a cowboy. Just up here move right now.
So how hectic and busy is right now?
I don't know. It's not like crazy stressful right now. It seems. I think as we get a little closer, I'm more so just tired. I was up till like 4:30 working last night.
Oh, it's pretty crazy, but that's why we're here. But this is a good one. I knew about 4 days ago we had it nailed.
Robin, one more hole.
It's my summer family. We get together for 6 weeks plus every summer, and it's important in self-fulfillment, but it's also fun to watch all these wonderful people make wonderful things.
It's the people. It's that community, that family. It's just a really special group that comes together and struggles together, and we all sort of share some kind of dream of what it is, what we want it to be, and the universal dedication from everyone it's just that's a given. Is that it's like we can count on each other. We know that we're going to give it all we can. Set these sort of crazy goals, lofty goals that frankly we never achieve. I mean, that's one of the dirty secrets is you have the image and you it's almost not possible to get that, because that's the dream. The reality is always going to be different. But the truth is that the reality is to me is more beautiful with all of its warts and its flaws and its its failures. That's it's real, and it's meaty, and it's inspiring. But yeah, it's the people, and it's not just the regulars. I mean, that's sort of the family, but it's also seeing who comes in and who does something. People who would never call themselves artists doing something. Even they come in for just 1 year, even if they never come back. They have that experience.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I like some of my best friends now like work here. It's like really tight community, really special to be a part of.
I do feel that same, and I feel the loss too when it's over. We look forward to. We start planning this in January. And then the main group of parade staff gets together in March to start leadership training workshops. So we get together to teach people who maybe have never been in parade or have been in parade but want to come anyways, to learn some basic skills on how to create a parade ensemble. And then starting in late April, early May, we start hosting these workshops here at the tent. And that's when we as a family, parade family, get together and see each other every day for 6 weeks, and it's wonderful. And then when the tent goes away, we miss each other very much.
Depression kicks in.
Yes, absolutely.
Totally, everybody here is like family. I mean, it's like, parade, it's a big hoorah when the day comes, but it's also somewhat of a sad moment, after the parade, because you realize that, well, now we've spent, however many weeks we all work together, and now we're all separating again, going our own path again.
Pretty sweet.
So it is definitely a family thing.
We are definitely a family. We are a family. It's like, no matter whether you get ticked off at somebody or you're having a bad day or somebody's irritating you, you know that in the end they're family. And we're all trying to make this happen together. So you figure out how to work it out.
Same as Murphy's.
Tracy? Mitch?
November 25th.
Marlon?
September 23rd.
Oliver?
August 11th.
Frankie?
August 8th.
Stephanie? Keep track of what I'm doing. Lauren?
September 28th.
Lou?
November 4th.
Mark?
May 7th.
Jackson?
October 27th.
Julia?
June 12th.
Okay.
December 25th.
Sue?
August 21st.
Ian?
January 17th.
Ian?
November 28th, same as Jan's.
And Lizzie?
December 3rd.
All right.
You didn't check.
Oh,
June 29th.
yes.
June 29th.
And Craig?
Same as Craig. Hector, December 28th. Mine is June 20th. And Jenny's is December 16th. And her kids are May 16th and October 6th.
Well, there's a program called Outreach, and by Tuesdays we go out into the community and into the inner city to daycare centers and preschools and work with the kids and the parents and bring them here on that Saturday. And sometimes it's the first time they have, even though they've lived in the city, have been here. And I've had parents ask if they were allowed to go inside the museum, which, almost made me cry. So, getting emotional. That's what it means.
A lot of great art has political motivation or religious motivation, but one of the things that we have set as a tenet of parade from the beginning is that it's a place where you can celebrate your beliefs and your ideas, but you can't propagandize. So you can't propagandize, and there's lots of people in it, that's right. And you can't propagandize a particular point of view politically or try to coerce somebody to your side. It's art that's about celebrating, not in any way denigrating or putting down anybody else. I hope that the international artist portion of it will only grow, and I hope that the artist exchange portion of it will grow, so that artists from Cleveland have more opportunity to go other places and share their skills, not just welcoming artists from other places here, but also bringing their talents to other places. And Sienna had a good idea. What are you saying that it should do?
It should get better.
It should get better. It should keep getting better. Yeah.